That is the essence of the Buddhist teachings.
Although Agon Buddhism is a spiritual movement, it is also very involved in community and social service. From building hospitals in Japan to contributing to disaster relief in Africa and supporting AIDS hospices in the United States, Agon Shu undertakes public deeds consistent with its commitment to peace and understanding among all nations and religions of the world. The New York Times reported that Agon Shu provided aid for earthquake victims in Turkey and scholarships in China and Mongolia.
So we do welcome you, Kiriyama Kancho.
Sir Tim Lancaster, director of the School of Oriental and African Studies of London University, introduced Kiriyama Kancho before his lecture there in June of 2000.
Kiriyama Kancho and Agon Shu are making their own very special contribution to the religious life in Japan. And also they take, and you personally take, an active interest in international issues relating to the environment and education.
And although Agon Buddhism originated in Japan, its scope is international and ecumenical, reaching out to other countries, other Buddhists, and other religions.
I visit many people in different countries. I do this not for the purpose of building bridges between us, but because I can learn so much from them. There are so many wonderful people in the world.
Among other spiritual leaders that Kiriyama Kancho admires, two rank highest: Pope John Paul II and the Dalai Lama.
Both the Pope and the Dalai Lama are preeminent in the field of religion in today's world. Meeting them, being in their presence, is elevating. It is purifying, because they themselves are so spiritually awakened.
In November 2000, Kancho Geika journeyed to New York City with 10 of his priests to perform a Goma fire ceremony at the Unitarian Church of All Souls. Afterwards, he gave a talk saying the Goma ritual is a method of meditation that develops and elevates our wisdom to a higher plane. The attainment of this wisdom awakens love and compassion. The New York Times marked the visit with a feature article which noted that the ceremony involved the kindling of a sacred fire by a Japanese Buddhist organization that has never before performed the rite in North America. In the article, Reverend Forrester Church, pastor, stated that hosting the Goma ceremony was a way to make his church, quote, a religious crossroads for the world. As a Unitarian church, he said, we try to tap into the genius of all faiths.
Agon Buddhism is contemporary in that it democratically makes higher wisdom available to the greater number of people. It takes teachings that traditionally were secret and esoteric and available only to the few, and brings them into the modern world, making them accessible to everyone.
In the past decade, many different schools of Buddhism have become increasingly popular in the West. In response to this new wave of interest, Agon Buddhism is also growing in the West, with centers in the United States and Europe.
You have Buddha nature. You can become Buddha. You, and you.